Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today is another day of the PDSA fundraiser. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we are going to be going over a nice little farm in which I pretty much love overall, and it is the Silithus farm for mining. Now, there is a key difference with this particular type of farm, and that is we're actually doing herbalism with it. And that is mainly just to see how many herbs we can actually get a hold of as well in the hour, because we know that multi-farming obviously increases the amount of yield that you actually get. Now, in order to do this actual farm, what you'll be wanting to do is go around the map and just go around the entire outskirts of the map. As you can see, it's about pretty much a square, so that's exactly what you're going to be doing. While along doing this, you will be picking up herbs and ore, and I would highly recommend using the Dark Moon Firewater for this, as obviously the Shadowlands gathering only works for Shadowlands. So the Dark Moon Firewater is a key item in order to pick up more materials in this time, and this is pretty much a common trend with most farms, and overall you'll most likely need it in the grand scheme of things. Now, for obvious reasons, you are doing mining and herbalism, so that means mining you will have to dismount, or if you're a druid you will just come out of your flight form. This is where druids have the advantage, and that is due to the fact that they can literally just do something along the lines of this. They can jump out and then they can jump back in. Obviously the other ways is you will have to jump over and start doing that. What you'll be farming up though, however, is thorium veins, and that is particularly one of the keynote items for this actual farm. And it's not really the thorium that actually makes the gold for this farm. As you well know, if you've watched me in the past, it is always the arcane crystals. And for this farm, we managed to get 28 of them, selling at a min buyout of 499 gold, or a market value of 530 gold. So the region market value average is around about 690 gold, so that's pretty damn good, and the sales average is around about 394, so that's still pretty damn good in the grand scheme of things. So what we can do is we can go into my farms in WorthIt, and then we can actually go and have a look, and we'll find the one for the Silithus multi-farm. You can open this up in the recorder, or you can look in my farms, and we currently have around about a 20,000 gold per hour farm. This is with everything encapsulated, and that means that you're going to get quite a lot of stuff. The things of note that you probably can just discard because they've got a terrible sell rate and they sell for next to nothing, and that is dense stone. We managed to get 1,015 of that in the grand scheme of things for the hour, and overall it's not one of those things that you really want to keep a hold of. If you're trying to sell those on, you might as well just vendor them, because a stack of 200 is about 5 gold, so you're going to make some gold there, and overall it's just not worth your time actually trying to post them and trying to sell them. But the keynote item obviously is arcane crystals, which we have 28 of those, so that's obviously going to hit us up some nice numbers. And with that being said, we do get a load of gems and thorium ore. Thorium ore, we got 717 of those in the hour's worth of farming. We also got some true silver, 22 of that, and they're valued at around about 15 gold, but if you can look at the market value from my server, it's around about 10 gold. So overly not too fussed with that right there. Other things of note is you can get hold of golden sandsum, dream foil, sungrass, and also mountain silver sage. Now, at this moment in time, silver sage is selling for a lot, but the sell rate's quite low. But when you look at sungrass fetches a decent price, around about 16 gold, and it sells relatively well. Other things of note is dream foil, that sells well, and also golden sandsum. The reason these old world materials actually sell relatively well is when people are trying to level up their alchemy now, or trying to level up their inscription, and people will still buy these old world materials in order to level up their profession. I myself buy a lot of these types of ones, so like if I'm leveling up a new alchemist and they need to be a transmutation master, they need to be at level 300 in classic, so they need to actually max out the old world classic vanilla-esque alchemy before they can even learn any of the potion master, elixir master, transmutation master. You need it at 300, so people will obviously buy those for that. Other things that they actually buy these herbs for is, of course, going to be for milling in order to get cheap milling materials. If we go into WorthIt right now, if we go into flipping or milling, we can see that a load of them can be actually transferred into a decent chunk of profit. And obviously King's Blood, a stack of 200 can net me in about 9,000 gold profit just buying out some King's Blood and milling them. Obviously the inks do take time to sell, and it obviously reflects that for the things that are actually doing all of that right there. So overall, not too shabby. I'm pretty damn happy with this actual farm for the day. We managed to get around about 20,000 gold per hour. The WorthIt export is, of course, in the description down below if you want to value it on your server, just to make sure before you even do it. But overall, I tended to find that you can even just get away with it doing mining, but if you wanted to do it as a multi-farm, it's actually not bad, because some of this stuff is actually worth a decent chunk of gold extra, so you don't have to worry with that all right there. But overall, the Silithus farm is an oldie but a goodie, and it works really well for making a decent chunk of gold each and every day. 20,000 gold per hour is nothing to scoff at the least. So that being said, let's get into the gold for the day. So the things of note for the gold for the day for today is a healthy 22,829 gold. Things of note is 3,591 gold of tranquil pigment, that's 21 of those. 22 celestial ink for 4,158 gold. Enchant ring, tenant of haste, 39 of those for 7,436 gold. As well as Corium ore. We sold those Corium ore. Unfortunately, it did only sell for 1,071 gold for 3 of them, but that's not the end of the world. We still made some really nice gold just for 3 ores. And for some reason, our gold for the day just went up to 69,000. Oh, we sold a vial of the sands also for 46,441 gold. That's made my day even better, because 22k was pretty bad in the grand scheme of things, so that's made my day a bit happier right there. Other things of note for today is Eternium ore, 22 of that for 1,254 gold. People use that in different types of crafts, for engineering, and also for blacksmithing, so it just works really well for like Mog and all that stuff. Elementium bars, we sold 30 of those for 2,536 gold, so that works out quite well. And we also sold 2 primal fires for 99 gold, well, 999 gold. As well as that, we also sold some Garn Night Howls, and we've still got more coming in the grand scheme of things. So we're going to pull all this in along with all of our little expires, and we can then just grab that in right there. 69,000 gold is not that bad. I'm pretty damn happy with that. As you can probably tell, my bag is kind of at low on gold, because we would be at like 2 million and something gold, but for the sake of future content, I have spent a considerable amount of gold yesterday in a nice little attempt at doing something for you guys in the future. So that being the case, guys, that is pretty much what I wanted to cover for today. Of course, the gold is quite low. I don't really want to talk about it just yet, but I've just started a little project in which it's going to require a lot of gold. So I've got to keep on farming and making some more gold, and then we can fund that a bit more. But in the long run, this is going to pay off like majorly. But of course, this is doing quite well. I'm quite happy with the way things are going. We've got a nice amount of materials in our bags, so we can now relist those all to the auction house, so we don't need to worry in the slightest. Obviously, a load of our stuff is only valued at 542,000 gold, and we've only got 33 things posted on the auction house. We're going to post a load of this stuff to the auction house right now, and then make sure all of that stuff is actually posted in the grand scheme of things. Kind of happy on the way things are going. I'm selling those dense stone because they will take forever and a day to actually sell, and overall it's just a way to just cut the fluff and just sell the stuff that actually is going to sell, instead of trying to sell stuff that just doesn't sell overly well. So that is something that we can do right there. We can obviously see some things in our groups aren't actually attached to our farming list. So we can go into gems and we can go down to vanilla, and we'll just add in all of the gems for vanilla into there. And then mountain silver sage, we can just go down to herbs and go down to vanilla, and then mountain silver sage, and then we can just add it directly in, and then do a rescan, and then we can post all that to the auction house, bringing our total up for the day to 573,389 gold on the auction house. And of course we've got to actually bump those numbers up, so we've got to do some more farming in the grand scheme of things. Obviously this will increase over time, but it's just a case of doing the necessary farming in order to do that. Of course we still have our gold rotation, and I should hopefully have all of my characters in place for their static farms that they're supposed to be doing each and every day, so that will work out quite well in the long run. Aside from all of that, guys, that is basically everything I wanted to cover for today. Have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.